Welcome back to another episode of Eric's Camping Adventures. Today we're going to do some required maintenance on the Pilot. I'm going to get in here today and do my transmission maintenance. I have just a couple hundred miles to go until it's due, and I'm just going to get on it while I have a little bit of time this weekend. All you got to do is come underneath here, and it's not hard to find. You got two little lines right here, and there is your plug, and that is a 3/8 inch drive that's just going to fit in there, and that's where you're going to drain your transmission fluid. Pretty simple deal. Now you just got to make sure that you understand that you've got to have a fill plan. So if you drain it all out, you got to have a fill plan. Now there is a plug to fill at the top. I may just go right through the dipstick and refill from there and show you what I'm going to do. Not hard to fill from either point. It's about the same. That's how you loosen it. Now I'm going to go get my pan. You can see on that plug there's just a little bit of metal shavings. That's not too bad. I'm going to wipe that down before I reinstall that, obviously. Fluid color actually looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So I'm just taking a little rag, wiping off those shavings. I'm going to grab a new gasket, and we're going to put that on there too. And we'll reinstall this plug, and then we'll go up the top side. Obviously you can see this doesn't take very long. Old washer's coming off, new washer's going on. I'm just going to wait for that to finish dripping, and then we're going to stick this back on. I will torque that to the right specs in just a bit, right before I put the skid plate on. When I do my transmission fluid, it doesn't matter the model, how you fill it or anything. I always take an empty jug. I fill it with the transmission fluid and I mark it with a permanent marker, and then I refill it with clean. So I get it basically to the same level, and then I can recheck and I don't have as many adjustments. So right now I'm gonna just dump my fluid into this jug and mark it with a permanent marker. That's where I'm going to fill the new fluid to, so I know I'm getting it right. So this is the exact fluid for your Pilot. It's the ATF DW1. There's some who say you can use the Valvoline multi-vehicle. I'm just sticking with the original Honda. So I'm just going to fill it right back up to that green line. There we go. That should do it. So the next step is a funnel. And in this case, it actually fit over the filler tube really tight, so that's going to work out good. And just a very gentle, painstaking fill of the transmission with the exact amount from my marked gallon jug. It's just going to take some patience to let this all just refill. Not really much chance for leaks, just a chance for spill.
Just got to wait for that funnel to go down a little bit, and then we'll start again. This is an exercise in patience. Looks like all the fluid is out of the tube, so I'm just going to pull off this funnel. Maybe. And put the dipstick back in, and we're good to go. So I'm under here, and I'm looking at the plugs at my transfer case, and I am going to do the fluid there as well for two reasons. One, it says to do it when you do your transmission, and I also just happen to have the right oil on my shelf. That was total luck. I didn't have to leave to grab some, so I got my all my fluids, so we're good to go. So when you do your rear differential service or you do your transfer case service, you have got to make sure that your fill plug loosens first. If you do your drain plug and then you can't get your fill plug loose, you're in serious trouble. You're gonna tow. We don't want to do that today, so let's just take out the fill plug first. Now we're going to go for that drain plug. Putting the drain plug back in. I will snug it up here in a minute. Then we're going to get that transfer fluid back in there. We'll torque it right again before I put the skid plate on. You just want to fill it till it's running back out, and then you got your level right. So sometimes it's a pain squeezing these little bottles to get your fluid back up in there, but I'm going to let that drip for a little while because I'm on a little bit of an angle. I don't want to overfill. I'm going to torque these down with a torque wrench. I am not going to tell you the amount I'm torquing it to because there's multiple values when I looked it up, and I'm not going to tell you wrong. So you look up the value and you torque it to the right one yourself. I don't want to create a problem for you. There we go. All right. right, they're all torqued down. Now to put the plate back on. I'm going to stick some red, just a dab of red blocker on here, and thread these bolts back up. But tell you what, I like my system of kind of measuring what I'm taking out, so that when I go to recheck my fluid, it really is a no-brainer when it comes to refilling. That was actually a pretty easy job today, so I feel pretty good about getting that done. That's the bang from the Onion Creek Trail.